Good afternoon or good morning, everyone. My name is Susana Pereira, and I am the Program Management Officer at the Cartagena Convention Secretariat in Kingston, Jamaica. And on behalf of the authors, I will present this work, which is directed to highlight some examples of the integration of fisheries management and marine biodiversity conservation efforts in the region. But first, let me give you some background on the Cartagena Convention and its protocols. The Cartagena Convention is the only legally binding agreement in the Caribbean region. It was adopted in 1983 by several countries in the region under the auspices of the Caribbean Environment Program, one of the regional assist programs of the United Nations Environment Program. The Cartagena Convention Secretariat, based in Kingston, Jamaica, is responsible for the implementation of the Cartagena Convention and its three protocols. The protocol concerning the cooperation and development in combating oil spills, also known as the Oil Spills Protocol, the protocol concerning pollution from land-based sources and activities, or the LBS protocol, and the protocol concerning especially protected areas and wildlife, also known as the SPO protocol. The work of each protocol is supported by the regional activity centers, as you can see here. The Regional Marine Pollution Emergency Information and Training Center, also known as RAC Protect Caribe, supports the work of the Oil Spills Protocol. The Center of Engineering and Management of Bays and Coasts in Cuba, CMAP, and the Institute of Marine Affairs, IMA, supports the work of the LBS Protocol, and the SPORAC, based in Guadeloupe, supports the work of the SPO protocol. Okay, on this map, you can see the countries that have ratified the SPO protocol, but I would like to highlight that the work of the Secretariat and the SPO Regional Activity Center is not limited to these countries, but to all countries in the region. And of course, our efforts are also directed to promote ratification of all the countries in the region. So today, 18 countries have ratified the protocol. Almost 300 species are protected, are listed in the annexes of the SPO protocol with food protection or with management considerations. 36 marine protected areas in the region have been added to the list of the SPO protocol because of their relevance. And here you can see a representation of the main 5 sub-programs of the SPO protocol. Program coordination, which is mainly directed to promote the ratification of the SPO protocol and to support the projects. The development of guidelines for the management of protected areas and species, the strengthening of marine protected areas, and the conservation of threatened and endangered species, and the conservation of and sustainable use of coastal and marine ecosystems. And here you can see a representation of the work of the SPO Regional Activity Center, as I said, based in Guadeloupe. The SPO RAC was created in 2000 by an agreement between the French government and the Cartagena Convention Secretariat to provide scientific and technical support to the Secretariat for the conservation of the marine biodiversity in the region. The work of SPO RAC is also guided by these 5 sub-programs that I taught before, and its mission includes all these: cooperation with relevant organizations, implementation of projects, training, networking, etc. And over these more than 20 years, the SPO RAC have been working in all of this. The SPORAC have been facilitating working groups of experts, raise funds, produce training and communication materials and scientific publications. Okay, so then as a first example, I would like to talk about the Caribbean marine megafauna and anthropogenic activities, the CAMAC project, which was developed by the AGOA Marine Sanctuary and the SPO Regional Activity Center, considering recommendations from the SPO contracting parties and also considering the results of the previous CARIMAN project. The objective of the project is to strengthen knowledge and regional capacity and collaboration to provide recommendations and tools to reduce the negative impacts resulting from the interaction between human activities and marine megafauna in the Caribbean region. The project is co-funded by the European Union and is focused on the Lesser Antilles, where the lack of data on marine megafauna is an important issue. So here you can see the area of the CAMAC project. And the project has been organized into phases. The first one it's been implemented in this year, and it consists of the development of collaborations, the synthesis of existing data, and the definition of protocols. And the second phase will start next year until 2028 and will involve the implementation of the protocols defined during this year and with the partners identified also in phase one. And as you can see, the first component is directed to assess the interaction with fisheries. So here you can see in more detail the work package one, interaction with fisheries, and during this year, during phase one, the project will be working in the review of available information and data on species and fisheries, and identifying the main interactions, the main interaction issues like target catch, bycatch, and depredation and predation. The second phase of this work package until 2028 will be carried out in close cooperation with national and regional fisheries organizations and will improve the knowledge of interaction issues in the priority areas and topics identified in phase one. It is also expected to quantify and map these interactions and also to provide recommendations to reduce bycatch. So speaking of other examples, since 2020, SPORAC has been managing an annual opening of small short-term grants. So far, 61 projects have been funded in more than 35 countries and territories. And examples related to fisheries include 2020 projects in Anguilla related to assess the status of parrotfish populations, and in the USA to develop a workshop on bycatch and a survey on threats to leatherback turtles. The 2021 projects in Bahamas to produce the Big Fish Radio podcast, and in Belize to assess the conservation of critical fish spawning aggregations, and in 2022 in Haiti to improve fishing conditions to conserve biodiversity, and during this year in Puerto Rico to enhance data collection on nasognum per catch length. So as I mentioned it earlier, SPORAC has coordinated several expert groups with specific mandates assigned by the Conference of the Parties to the SPO protocol, and one of such groups is the species working groups which aims to improve the management of species listed in the SPO annexes. And recommendations issued by this group in 2023 and by the 10th meeting of the Senate see this recommendation of the species working group are mainly related to fisheries, but as you can see, the other working groups are also relevant to fisheries management. So, of course, our main goal is to continue to promote cooperation in this subject between the regional fisheries bodies, the Cartagena Convention, and the Sport Regional Activity organizations. So, thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much for your presentation, Susan.